This simple scalping strategy makes me over 10k a month. This video from Pro Real Algos went crazily viral. 150k views, 7k likes. So we are going to put this to the test using Python. Let me just quickly summarize the idea and the trading strategy itself. When a price breaks above or below yesterday's range, it will often come back, retest that level, and then continue in the breakout direction. That is the idea you want to trade. So in technical terms, what are you doing? You first go to the daily chart and mark yesterday's high and low. Next, you switch to the 15-minute chart and wait for a full candle close above yesterday's high or below yesterday's low. That confirms the breakout. Then you go to the 5-minute chart and wait for the price to retest the breakout level. At that level, we want to see a reversal candle like a hammer or an engulfing candle. That is the entry signal. So for long trades, you enter above the reversal candle and you put your stop loss below it. For short trades, you enter below the reversal candle and you put your stop loss above it. And we only take these setups during the first 2.5 hours after the market opens. That's the whole idea and the strategy. Okay, let's do a quick code walkthrough. I'm keeping it as short as possible to not waste your time. If you want to support my work and get access to these notebooks, consider becoming a channel member. It makes future videos possible. I cannot stress that enough. So let's start at the top with the configuration. This is where you control everything without having to dig into the logic. We are running the strategy on the S&P 500. Ticker #GSPC. Obviously, you can test that on any asset you're interested in. I'm just taking the S&P as a broad market index. Date range is mid-March to today, and we are trading 10 shares per position with half a cent commission per share each way, so 1 cent round trip per share, 10 cents total per trade. Pretty low, pretty small, but we account for it. The risk-reward ratio is set to 2. The original strategy uses 3-to-1 in the main walkthrough example, but he's dropping to 2-to-1 in the live demo. I've left it at 2 for now, but this is one of the things we can, tweak. I'll come back to that later and we'll check what difference it will make. The entry window is 150 minutes, 2.5 hours from the open, exactly as the strategy specifies. If the setup doesn't appear inside that window, we don't trade. The opportunity is gone and we move on. The buffer is set to 10 cents. The strategy description says stops go slightly above or below the wick extreme. So we give it a little room rather than sitting right at the exact print. 10 cents is, modest, but it's non-zero, which matters. And yeah, market hours are 9:30 to 4. This is New York time. Moving into the data section, we download 5-minute bars from Y-Finance using the Y-Finance library, obviously. Auto-adjusted for splits and dividends. We flatten the multi-level column headers that Y-Finance returns, rename everything to lowercase, and convert the index to New York time. Then we filter to market hours only. No pre-market, no after hours, and we tag each row with its calendar date so we can group by day later. From that daily grouping, we pull each day's high and low, then shift those values by 1 day to get the previous day's high and low. These are our breakout levels, the core of step 1. We join those back onto the 5-minute data frame and drop any rows that don't have a prior day yet, which just cuts the first trading day. Now, we essentially got three helper functions. The first one just converts a timestamp into minutes elapsed since the 9:30 open. We use this throughout to enforce the entry window. The second is bullish hammer, and the function name tells the story. The candle must close green. That's one of the prerequisites. The lower wick must be at least twice the body. The upper wick must be no larger than the body. And the preceding candle must have closed red. The hammer only counts if it follows a negative move. There's also a body greater than 0 guard to avoid flagging dodgy candles by accident. The third is bearish inverted hammer. The mirror image for shorts. Close red, upper wick at least twice the body, lower wick no larger than the body, preceding candle must have been green. And the last helper just deducts round trip commission from gross P&L to give us net. You can, by the way, just to add here, also add a tiny slippage amount to make the results even more realistic. Now the main loop, we iterate day by day, simple as that, just looping over every single day. And each morning we grab the previous day's high and low, then resample the 5-minute bars up to 15-minute bars for the breakout scan. The confirmation rule is strict. We need a 15-minute candle to close above the high or below the low. A wick poking through doesn't count. We scan those 15-minute bars in order. First close above the prior high flags a long breakout. First close below the prior low flags a short. We record the site, the timestamp and the level and stop scanning. If nothing breaks out within the entry window, we skip the day. Now once we have a confirmed breakout, we drop back to the 5-minute bars to find the entry. We filter to bars that came after the breakout candle and are still within the entry window. Then we walk through them for a retest of the broken level and a reversal pattern. The retest check asks whether the candle's range contains the breakout level. If yes, we look for a pattern. On the long side, we first check for a bullish hammer. If confirmed, we enter at the close of that candle. Stop goes below the hammer's low with the buffer. Target is 2 times the risk distance above entry. If no hammer, we check for a bullish engulfing. Here, the entry is a stop order placed at the prior's candle high. We don't wait for the engulfing candle to close. We are already in when price ticks up to that level. Stop below the engulfing candle's low, same to our target. Short side is the exact mirror. Inverted hammer enters at candle close. Bearish engulfing enters via stop order at the prior candle's low. Once entry, stop and target are set, we walk forward through the remaining bars looking for an exit. For longs, bars low touches the stop, we are out at the stop. High reaches the target, we are out there. If both happen at the same bar, we take the stop. That's the, conservative assumption, and it avoids flattering the results. For shorts, same logic inverted. If neither stop nor target is hit by the close of the session, we exit at the last bar's close. 1 trade per day maximum. Once the trade fires, we stop looking. At the end, these are just printouts, trade log and a summary, win rate, total net P&L, average R per trade and profit factor. Over this test window, the strategy only fired 3 trades. That's the honest reality of how selective this setup is. You need a breakout, a retest, a qualifying reversal candle, all inside 2.5 hours on a single instrument over less than 2 months. That just doesn't happen often. And also 3 trades tells us nothing statistically. To get meaningful data, you either need a much longer test window or you run this across multiple instruments at the same time. which is possible via Python. And if you're interested in that, just let me know. Now, finally, as said in the beginning, let's change that to a risk return of 3x and see what the result is. And as you can see, the result turns negative. So overall, I think this strategy is just too restrictive to make a difference. But maybe if you run this on a huge scale, you could extract valuable signals. And I'm very, very cautious here with my statement because I didn't verify that yet. No problem, I can do that. Just let me know by watching this video, liking this video, and become a channel member so I know that this is relevant content for you. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm looking forward to see you in the upcoming videos. Cheers. Bye-bye.